How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and today we're talking about the Aggies' unfortunate loss to Liberty to give them their first loss in conference. They're still 4-1 in conference, still super good. They're tied for first. I still think they have a bright rest of the season to look forward to. I think they'll be just fine. Again, just one loss. Can't hang your head on it because it makes sense they would obviously lose eventually, right? You can't win them all. But we're gonna get into how the game played out and how the Aggies can look to bounce back. I don't think you really start the video without mentioning how great Emmanuel Shamaga played, and his brother played pretty good too. He had a nice dunk. But Emmanuel had about, I believe, 8 points, 7 rebounds. I can't remember the exact stat line, but it was somewhere on the lines of that. I don't believe he got to double digits, but he played very well. He started the game strong, had 6 points in like the first 10 minutes of the game, and he just looked a lot better, and that was a great thing to see. It was good also to see Christian Cook bounce back. He had a couple, not so great performances on the road, but he looked really good last night. Again, unfortunate that those two guys stepped up and it, resulted in a loss. But it is what it is. Rob didn't play his greatest game. But you're gonna have off games here and there. Zaddy Jackson played his heart out, had 12 points. Peter Filovovic played an amazing game, had 12 points, which is about right around his average. But he had 12 boards as well. Had a great double-double. Was really efficient overall. I don't believe Gabe Pickens got into the game. I think that's one of the first times he hasn't played this season. There might have been one other game he didn't get into. So I was kind of surprised by that. So hopefully he can, I'm sure he'll get back into the game, at home against Kennesaw State because he always makes us that much better. I know he's had a couple games that, he had a lot of turnovers early on in the year, but he's just looked a lot better down the stretch. I think some people were confused why he didn't get in the game. But, again, in conference, they're only at like 8 to 9 man rotation, so it's hard to get obviously all the guys in there. And maybe it just seemed best, to just not have him play. But again, I'm sure he'll get his moment again and he'll show why he deserves to, be solidified in the rotation. Biggest reason we lost is that we just shot really poorly. I believe we shot 4 for 22 from 3, which is just not going to cut it. If you can win a game like that, that's insane. I mean, like FIU the other day only shot 2 for 13 from 3 when we played against them. Hence why they, lost. And we just didn't shoot great from the field. Our free throws were pretty solid. I believe we shot like 12 for 16, 70% range. So that was good. Again, there's a lot of positives. We lost. And again, you're going to lose eventually. It just sucks that our first loss in conference came to Liberty out of all teams. But again, you can't fault this 7-game winning streak. Started off conference 4-0 for the first time in, 3 years. So that was great. Just hopefully they continue to improve. We have 2 straight home games, so that's great. We played 3 straight road games. To win 2 out of 3 road games is awesome. If you had told me we would have done that, I would have been like, hey, that's good. And again, we beat UTEP. That's the biggest team we want to beat. We've already beat UNM. We've had some great quality wins. And we get Liberty back at home. And I think we can beat them at home. We just got to pack the Pan Am. Got to make sure we get people out there. The Pan Am game is actually against FIU on February 15th, which I mentioned last video. It was supposed to be next Saturday, or no, it's not. It's supposed to be on the 25th, but apparently they changed it up. I'm not too sure what's all going on with that because I didn't even hear about it was supposed to be that day, but they changed it. So make sure y'all are there on February 15th. Make sure you guys are there on February 8th when we play against UTEP. We got to get a solid credit for that and win and not get blown out like they did against us. There was even some UTEP fans on Twitter talking crap, saying like, oh, I guess winning on the road against Liberty isn't for everybody. I'm like, bro, you cannot be talking whatsoever. We beat you guys by 30 on y'all's court. And then they're even replying to some of our fans saying that, like, some of the UTEP fans were like, oh, stop crying or something. Like, bro, that's why Twitter's just a crazy place, man. I don't even get mad anymore because it's just like a lot of times it's just low lives getting mad at nothing. So it's just hilarious when I see it. Deontay Bostic also didn't have his greatest game in the world. He didn't play bad by any means, but he was stepping up and playing some really good games in a row. But again, I'm sure at home we play Kennesaw State on Thursday. It's coming up here pretty soon. Can't wait to get back to the Pan Am. Haven't watched the game in the Pan Am in over a month, so that'll be great. And then we play against Jacksonville State on Saturday, which is the only team we swept last year. We beat them at home. That was the Pan Am game last year. And it was a great win, great gritty win. So really excited to see how we do at home. I think both those games are winnable. I think we'll be able to win both of those games. Then I believe we play against Western Kentucky on the road, I want to say. And then I want to say that we play against Middle Tennessee at home. Middle Tennessee's look pretty good. I think Middle Tennessee's a team we can beat at home and then maybe lose on the road. Or just split in general, whatever it may be. Western Kentucky's another one of those teams that's looked pretty solid. I think we can split with them as well. I think this team still has a high chance of winning 20 games. We can afford to lose 4 more games and still have 20 wins, still have 13 conference wins. I think it's very doable. Again, you can't hang your head over one loss. I think people are obviously upset. You want to win every game because every game matters in conference and in college basketball. But again, you can't win them all. We have a great chance to bounce back. It would have been different if we had 2 straight road games after this, and that would have been 5 straight overall. That would have sucked. But it's great that we're going to be back to the Pan Am. We just need to pack it up. If we want to win, we need our fans there. I think we, again, we're capable of beating every team in our conference. But the crowd's just going to get that much better. If we can have the home crowd, lead Conference USA in attendance again, that's going to make the guys just want to win even more. It's going to give them a lot more energy. It's going to give Coach Hooten more energy. He loves that. Hootensity is what they call it. So it'd be great to get these 2 upcoming wins and improve to 6-1 in conference play. So if you're upset with the Aggies losing, make sure to pop out to the Pan Am this week if you're able to make it, because that could be huge. If we can improve to 6-1, make us 13-7 overall, that would be great. One thing I do want to say though is I am happy with the way that we fought and that we didn't go away. There was a stretch where we got down by 8, and Liberty was on a big run, and we were making shots. We had 2 different times where we didn't score for almost 3 minutes. We still bounced back to make a 3-point deficit at halftime. We even had the lead in the second half, and then toward the end, they were just making their shots more consistently. They made the foul, and they were making their free throws, and they're fouling us. That we didn't really have a chance. But again, it is what it is. Cook stepped up. Really can't be too mad at the loss. Again, it just sucks that it had to be to Liberty. Our first loss, I would just not like it to be to them or UTEP. Obviously, it would be UTEP, so that was great. I'd rather this loss. I was telling my roommate earlier, I was like, if we could beat Liberty then win these next 2 home games, I wouldn't mind losing to Western Kentucky on the road for our first loss in conference. That would put us 7-0 in conference if we were to win these next 2 and beat Liberty. But it was only an 8-point loss. It wasn't that bad at all. These have been some competitive games, and most games are going to look like that, and especially the home team is going to win a lot of those games. But we have some experience winning those road games, which is great. So I think this is a game early in the year we probably would have got blown out, and so that's just improvement. We fought back here and there, tried to build up a lead as much as we can. Started off the game strong. It was competitive all night long. Just didn't go our way, unfortunately. Again, even though we lost, gave up 68 points, our defense didn't look too bad. I think our defense has looked pretty consistent all year long, more consistent than our offense. We've had some really good offensive games. We had games like last night where it just didn't go in. And most of these games are on the road. We're 4-4 on the road, a lot better than last year, but the struggles are there still slightly. But at home, it seems like we make our shots a lot more consistently. They're more used to playing there, practicing there, playing in front of the crowd. So again, I think these upcoming games will play a lot better, and I think we'll win both of them. Worst case scenario, I think we'll win at least one. If we lose both, I'll be pretty upset. If we win at least one, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But if we win both, that'd be great, it'd be awesome. I think it's very doable. Again, show it Aggie Nation, and that'll be great. Again, our defense was good, but we still did give up some backdoors here and there, which allowed Liberty to, get some points, get some momentum. We'll fix those things overall as time goes on, I'm sure. I'm sure that's something to look through film and fix a lot. I'm sure Coach Hoon and his staff will make sure, the guys are ready and prepared for these upcoming games. And, I'm sure it'll stop in here and there. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. But it won't have it as much, and they'll stop allowing it as much. And that, that was just like a one-game thing. Again, fatigue kicks in too. Once you get deep into conference play, that's going to start being more of an issue for most teams. But you got to play through it. It's a long season, and that's how things go. Before we close out the video, I want to shout out Coach Jans. He recently just reached 200 career wins, with a lot of them being for the Aggies. Even Coach Shu McKinnon was saying how he has 125 of those wins, or he was a part of 125 of those wins. I believe he has over, 50-something wins at Mississippi State in just the couple years he's been there. So that's great. Great coach overall, and many more wins to come for him. More news to mention is that former Aggie Daniel Mullings is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. He played for the Aggies from 2011 to 15. Had a pretty solid career. I've been thinking about possibly making videos where I, because obviously, in season, I've been talking about all the games and how the Aggies are doing, the current Aggies. And sometimes I'll mention some former Aggies and their success, whatever they're doing, whether it's playing professionally or just coaching, whatever it may be. But I'm thinking about I could always just make videos, more often other than just twice a week whenever the Aggies play in conference. I can make more videos throughout the week, maybe 2 extra ones, talking about, big news with former Aggies or just any news in Conference USA or something like that. So let me know if you guys want me to do that, and maybe we'll, maybe not. But especially during the off season, I'll be getting a bunch of videos about that. Juwan Gordon, former Aggie, playing very well with the South Bay Lakers. There's a chance he could play, in the All-Star game for the G League, so that'd be great. Other Aggies like Teddy Allen, Jabari Rice, those guys are playing well in the G League as well. A bunch of other guys I could name, but I want to make this video much longer than it should be. So please keep supporting the former Aggies and the future Aggies that we're going to be having next season, who are playing really great in high school right now, and the current Aggies obviously fighting for a chance to get 20 wins, fighting for a chance to win the tournament, the Conference USA tournament. Get a high seed in the Conference USA tournament and make the NCAA tournament, have a chance at upsetting somebody, and have a chance to possibly play against UNM and upset them. That's going to close out for the video today. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the game. If there's anything I missed, let me know. Really appreciate you guys for watching all the support lately on the shorts videos and the videos in general. I know the shorts videos have been about the Blazers and the game I went to when they lost to the Sixers by 20. But right now I just have no other videos to post, and I thought those would, do very well. I think a lot of people would like to see those. But again, 2 home games this week that I will be there and taking videos of, and more shorts videos to go out, especially since it's 2 games. You guys will be getting, probably at least a month or more, full of those videos. So that'd be great. And I hope you guys enjoy them. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm out.